I'm just gonna clap my hands because I guess that's what I do. Alright. Good morning, you guys. Happy Friday. Today, I am doing my first Q&A and I decided to do it on military life. Like from a spouse's point of view, because I'm not a Marine. I'm not at any kind of service except, you know, being a wife, and that's supposedly the most important job in the service. It's not. But yeah, so welcome back to my channel, and I really hope this video turns out well because I've shot this video quite a few times and I've had to redo it a couple of times, and I'm so tired of refilming the same video. But I'm trying to stay positive, so let's keep moving forward. Today has been such a good day and I'm not gonna let it ruin it. Alright, so our first question comes from Emily Morrison from Miss Emmy. And her question is, what is the hardest part for me being a military wife? For me personally, I feel like the hardest part is definitely getting used to living on the edge, you would say. Not like literally exciting living on the edge, but like plans change a lot and very fast. So they'll tell you one thing, but then they'll be like, nah, we'll change it to something else. And then they'll go back to the original idea, and then they'll go back to something completely new and different. So it's a lot of not knowing and not making a plan, which is hard for me because I always need to have a plan. I'm just the type of person that needs to have a plan and sticks to the plan. But, you know, you live and you learn, and I'm trying to learn, and it's new, but I'm doing it. So yeah. Alright, her next question is, how do you deal with deployment? Well, luckily I haven't had to deal with deployment. I've only been in a military spouse for about a year and a half, and he's getting out pretty soon. So I won't have to deal with it, but I won't have to deal with it yet. But he has gone into the field for about a month before, and that was really hard on me because I just moved up to base. I knew like no one, and I just felt really alone all the time. But I think what got me through it was calling my friends and family every night and talking to someone on the phone, and then doing something every day, whether it be like painting the walls, painting a picture, going for a walk, hanging out with friends, or putting together a desk. That's what I did. I put together a desk, but you know, and I was real surprised that I did it. Honestly, to me, I gave myself a little bit of time every day to feel sad or lonely or whatever, or just feel what I was feeling, and then let it go, put it aside for today, for the rest of the day, and try to do something else. And then the next day I would do this again. But it's just good to let yourself feel it, I think, because then it just gets all built up and it's not good and it weighs you down. And then if you let it out and just let yourself feel it, and it just feels so much better. Happiness, you know? Let's see. Our next question is from Jen Taylor. She has a YouTube channel. Her channel is Simply Taylor's, and they asked me, how did your parents feel about you getting married at a younger age? And how did you deal with the negativity from others? I was 22 when I got married, which made me older than my mom when she got married, because her and my dad decided to get married as soon as she got out of high school. So I had that going for me. I think they were more concerned and upset with the fact that we got married so fast. We met and then we started dating, and we dated for about 3 months, and then we got married within two and a half weeks of being engaged. And I don't think they were very happy with that. I think they wanted us to wait longer, but everyone's happy now, and that's all that matters. How did you deal with negativity from others, if there was any? I don't think there really was any negativity. Like I said, I think most people were just really shocked at how fast everything happened. But I was finishing college, and just like seemed like a good time to do it, and God had just made all the things fall into place for us to let it happen that fast. So we just took advantage of it and went for it. So I think people were just mostly shocked, if anything, but like I said, everyone's okay now. Irene Romero from the Rome Vlogs on YouTube. Again, check them out because they're cute, and so are the rest of the people that I mentioned. So you might as well just go and do it because I subscribe to them. What does she ask me? How do you feel about having to move every few years? Well, like I said, he's getting out, so we haven't had to really worry about that. We are in the process of EASing, which is a butt, face, and a half to deal with, because you got people from the outside telling you one thing and you got people from the inside of the military telling you another thing, and it's like, oh my god, I don't understand. Why is no one telling me the same thing? It's so confusing. But yeah, I don't understand how people PCS all the time and make it look super simple. But props to you, honestly, props, because it is so hard. But it might be easier to PCS, but I doubt it because you're packing up and moving to another side of the country or another continent, which is crazy. Let's see, what else? He said he is thinking about joining the Air Force at some point in the future. So if that is true and he does seem to want to do that in the future, then, you know, I will have to deal with that eventually. But as of right now, I haven't had to deal with that, so I don't really know. Our next question comes from Sarah, and she asked, what's it like living on a military base? It's pretty lonely sometimes, but I have like my husband that I talk to and my neighbor who's one of my best friends that I talk to every day. So I'm pretty good with that. There's a bunch of like housing pages that wives go on and like talk, and sometimes there's drama. So it's kind of discouraging to like make friends, especially if you're not about that life. But yeah, so I just try to stick to what I know, and if I find someone like nice and friendly and goofy like me every once in a while, then I'll take advantage of that and spend time with them. But for the most part, I just try to stick to what I know. I also like living on base because there's a lot of people, but it's not as intense as if we were out living in town, because there's just always a lot of people, a lot of cars, a lot of chaos. But on base, it's kind of like slower and calmer, and I really appreciate that. It's nice. I like that. How many friends are the same from before you got married? Sarah also asked this question. I had a handful of really close friends before I got married, and I still have a handful of pretty close friends now. I don't talk to them as much as I used to, but you know, it's okay. Everyone has their different schedules. Everyone, you know, does their own thing, but we're still pretty good friends, I think. And then her last question is, what do you guys say to people when you try to explain Colton's job? Honestly, I don't like explaining his job. One, because I don't understand it myself, and two, like, I'm just gonna be like, I don't know, he sits behind a desk and does things. That's how I would explain it. But he will tell people, oh, I do blah blah blah, and they'll be like, oh, okay, that's cool, or they'll ask questions about it, and then they'll be like, oh, okay, that's cool. But I 100% don't think people really understand. Let's see. Jennifer asks, how do you think adding a baby to the family would affect the standard living on a military base? I don't think it really affects anything. I mean, obviously there's the added expenses of a baby and everything it comes with, but there's a bunch of like resources that we have to reach out to, like STEP or WIC or Operation Showers of Appreciation, stuff like that, that will give you things for free if you ask for help, or give you pay stubs for milk or formula or whatever you need. I feel like it's a little bit easier because of that than it would be to have a kid outside of the military, but I don't know. I haven't had a kid outside of the military yet, but I found that these organizations were very helpful for us because we kind of were shocked with the news that we were pregnant, and then yeah, but I don't really think it changes anything other than obviously having to add more expenses to your bill. I really enjoyed answering your guys' questions, and I appreciate that you guys gave them to me. Thank you so much for actually asking me questions and not letting me feel like a lame face for like not having anyone ask me questions. So that was nice. Anyway, thanks so much, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. And I look forward to hanging out with you next week. Bye!